Hello and welcome to Between Sets with Church. Thank you so much for joining us today as we are at the home and studio of Brigitte Eve. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm glad you guys are in my lovely house. Welcome.
Thank you for hosting us. Yeah, this is a pretty cool setup you got here.
Oh, thank you. It took a lot of years to build this studio up. We had old green carpets. We had to change the carpets out, add more guitars and like the picture frames over here as gang.
This used to be your mom's studio, you were saying earlier.
Yeah, for photography.
Yeah,
she gave it to me.
Good transition. Looks pretty cool down here. Yeah. So let's talk a little about the early days of your growing up. I had read somewhere that your parents are obviously huge supporters, and one of the earlier things they had said to you was dream big.
100% as a kid, they always told me to like dream big, and I've always listened to music. It was a very like family thing. My sister does poems, so does my mom, and my dad really likes AC/DC. That's all we really hear in the house or in the radio station. So when I was younger, I decided for my 10th birthday to ask for a little mini Yamaha, and I ended up getting it, and that's really where I started. I was just like, you know what? I'm pretty good at this. I think I want to make this a career. And then just over long, when I was 13, I started singing. And then I've always had experience with being on stage. I used to be a dancer. I retired, got some knee issues when the older I got, and also music was really like taking over the schedule, and I kept missing like competitions, and I felt really bad. I was like, you know what? It's my last year, I'm retiring, but honestly, very, very fun. A lot of fun too.
Yeah. What point in growing up did you figure like this is going to be my passion?
I think when I was about maybe 12, I joined a band in Toronto called Girl Power, and I was just like, I started like, that was kind of like almost like a warm up, like a really good feeling of like the music, and how like the whole like system worked and everything like that, like being with a band and everything like that. And I also, at my old school at Romeo, there was a band there, and I also joined that at some point. So and I was just like, you know what, I'm good at this. I think I'm good. I can really make this a career. And my parents were like, yes, like with like pom-poms in the air, like, yeah, keep going, keep doing this. And after that, I was just like, I think we're gonna go in the studio. We're gonna start recording. I started like covers, and then we went to originals, and then we had help writing originals because it is harder than a lot of people think. It looks easy. It's really not. And then I just kind of kept building, and I changed schools, and they have vocal and guitar class, which is really cool. My old school did not have that. So I also got the experience of that too.
Cool. So do you like the band thing, or was it an easy decision to just stay with the solo?
I like the band thing. It was a lot of fun, but I'm looking for a band. If there's like drummers out there, or like maybe some piano players, or like some backup dancers, I'll take you guys in 100%. It's more just, I understand that I'm 17, so like a lot of kids my age, they want to do other stuff, and like some people want to do this as a side job, we need someone that's like, committed, of course. But being in bands was very like fun, and I had a lot of good experience with it. And also choir at my school, I tried like for that too, for like vocals. It's like you don't do it alone, it's with a group, and I like it. I do. It's less nerve-wracking, 100% less nerve-wracking, because there's other people there, but in a way there's some stress in the back of your head. Is like, please don't mess up back there, please. But I learned how to like, like if the drummer's a little fast, and he won't slow down, then I'm gonna have to pick up the pace just a little bit so it doesn't seem off, or that can go for him too if I'm playing too fast.
That does happen on occasion.
Honestly, yeah. So like having a band, going through a band, it gives you more experience on stage.
Mm-hmm, definitely, yeah. We're gonna cut to your song, Gonna Be Okay, in a second here. And after we do, I'd like to talk a little bit about the lyrics of it, if that's okay with you.
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
Awesome.
Hey, how have you been? It was 10 a.m. since I last checked in. Hey, where have you been? Are you out of bed? I guess that's a no. Yo, Where did you go? It's now 3 weeks. You're still not at school. Yo, I hope you know I miss you. I miss you. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Please talk to me. Please talk to me. Yo, don't you know you can talk to me? You never talk to me. Hey, don't die. You said you'd be fine, but you know that's a lie. Hey, look what you did. Your skin isn't paper. Just let me save her. Yo, I hope you know we're here for you. Just don't let yourself go. Yo, I hope you know I miss you. I miss you. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Please talk to me. Please talk to me. Yo, don't you know you can talk to me? You never talk to me.
Love the song. As I said, let's talk a little about the lyrics, because I know there's
Yeah,
a
of
wonderful
course.
story behind the lyrics.
Yeah, this song was very, very hard to write because I really wanted the message to come across without saying the exact words. But it's about 2 of my friends that tried to harm themselves, during COVID. And I know COVID was like really hard for a lot of people, being cooped up in our houses. And like it was just really hard to talk to people. So I know a lot of people passed away during COVID, like due to like harming themselves and everything like that. So making this song was like really, really difficult, especially performing it live and trying not to cry, because a few of my friends did see me play this live, and she was sitting in front of me, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry.
It hits home. It certainly does.
It really does. It's hard, and I understand that. And I also, like, with that song, I really want to touch other people. I know I hit that song on a personal level, but I know my audience can also hit that on, like, a personal level, because we're not the only people. When all of us have lost someone in our lives before, if it's due to, like, passing away, other reasons, and it's just, like, I feel like the world doesn't talk about that area very much. We kind of just surface off of it. We kind of like, if someone has depression, we're just like, we kind of just like fly it by, and that's what the song's about, to kind of like, hey, yo, this is real, this happens, you guys should really pay attention to it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. Yeah, absolutely
Thank you.
beautiful. Let's talk a little bit about the EP as well. You've got some exciting news
I
about
know!
that. Yeah,
We got an
tell
EP
us more about
that
the
got
EP.
released.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. My manager just kind of came up to me and she's like, do you want to make an EP? And I'm like, yes. And we got like Unimaginable on that. We got all the Fight, I'm Stupid, and it was just like so fun, and just having that. And when it came into the mail and she brought it right up to me and I saw my picture, and I'm just like, this is real. Oh my god, this is actually happening. And it was a lot of fun. Of course, in the future we might get like a record, because EP is
Very
half
nice.
of it. We want, like, after a good amount of originals, we can make a record.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really fun.
That'd be cool, yeah. So where did you record?
I record at Yovan's studio. It is up in Toronto.
Okay.
He's awesome. I've been going. Actually, he used to record with Girl Power, and then I left Girl Power, and then I was just like, hey, do you mind if I like come back? Is it okay? And he's like, yeah, of course. And I've always recorded with him. We've tried other studios, you know, because everyone has different equipment. Everyone records a different way. You'd think everyone records the same. Everyone has different equipment and everything like that. But I think Yovan's I love him a lot. And also, I got into my college to Metalworks, of course.
I was just about to ask about that and
they
let people
record
know
there
about
too.
that. Yeah.
Metalworks is also known for recording with other people too, which is really cool. They have a separate recording studio. There's like 4 parts of the canvas. And we walked into the recording part and I sat there and I was just like, oh my God, this is awesome. I think there's about 6 studios in it, and all of them are from one's from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. All the studios have a different feel to it, 100%. Like you can walk into one room and it's like, oh my, this smells like old wood. It smells like old carpet. And then the next room is just like, oh my God, this is so chic and nice.
Do they do that to sort of recreate a bit of the vibe or sound, a bit, depending on the band coming in? Do you
Yeah,
think?
100%. Every section is definitely different depending on where you walk in. There's a gospel feel to one of them, and there's 2 sections where they really insist on bands going because of how big the space is and how big the recording studio is. And Bare Naked Ladies recorded there.
Wow, that's
They
cool.
recorded the intro for Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
That's where it was recorded, and we walked into the studio, and it was massive. It's huge, but it's for a reason, so everyone could play there, and all the band, the drums were huge, they said, so you gotta have everything.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
What would, if someone was to ask you what makes you unique, what would your answer be to that?
Me. There is no
Beautiful
other
answer.
Brigitte Eve out there, and I make myself unique, and I always try experimenting with stuff. I always try different things, try different sounds, different chords, learning new stuff, and I just there's always, I don't think anyone has the exact same sound of voice as me. If so, that's a little creepy.
That could be, yeah.
Just walk up to someone and just be like, they talk like me, it's like, whoa, what the heck?
There's only one of you,
One
can't
of
be
me.
replaced. Writing your lyrics, have you found over time that things have transitioned a little bit with maturing and
100%, because I got more experience, and my music taste also evolved a bit, and of course I get inspirations from different artists, and I also want to try to make the songs all different. I don't want them all to have the same sound. Of course they're gonna have the same Brigitte Eve kind of lick to it a little bit. You hear my song, that's Brigitte Eve, but other than that, there's trying to get away from as much as possible. When I started with oh my goodness, haven't talked about that song in a very long time, to now maybe Fight I'm Stupid. If I listen to them side by side, I don't think they'll sound the same. My voice evolved, my guitar playing has evolved, so 100%, and I hope for the future too to evolve even more.
I'm sure it will.
I'm sure, I hope so.
Yes.
My eyes, all I see is this lovely guy. Even with my eyes shut, I will always blush. Don't mind if I turn around, I don't wanna fall through the ground. But I don't wanna say no. You boys won't even change my mind. It's harder to be with me, you won't even know what comes next. Hey, listen to me, boy, you know that I care. Listening to your voice will never make me scared. But oh, I don't want to say no, and I won't, no I won't. But oh, say no, really, oh, you don't. Just so you know, I'm unimaginable, mystical, you won't even know what to do. I'm unimaginable, mystical, you won't even know what to do. I'm unimaginable, mystical, you won't even know what to do.
January, was it 21st, I believe? Do I have my dates right?
January 20th.
Oh, 20th, okay.
2024.
Yes, so you have a big gig coming up.
I do have a big gig coming up. It's Turtle Jacks, and I'm very excited for that. It's still quite a little bit away, but you know, it's coming close. I'm like, love getting gigs no matter where it is. A gig is a gig, man. But,
That's true.
yeah. But you guys can like keep up with stuff on Brigitte Eve. My website is www.brigitteeve.ca, and you can click and there's YouTube, all that jazz, and that's where you can find where all my updates for all my next shows, because you know, something might come up before Turtle Jacks. You never know.
You never know. Do you do a lot of your own social media and management, booking, etc., or do you have some help with
I
that?
try as much to do it myself. Like, of course, my manager really organizes everything. But if ever I find someone at school, it's like, yo, I've got open mic if you want to come, or I've got a gig, or I've got this, I'll tell my manager, I'll be like, hey, can we do this? But my manager, I'm still young, of course, but the older I get, the more I will have, like, access to everything. But, of course, you never know, internet, but my manager's pretty cool.
Yeah,
got a
good.
cool manager.
Good. You need that, that's for
I
sure.
do.
Yeah. Is there any venues that you prefer or really had great memories from?
Oh, goodness. I think I liked every one I've ever been to. I
Okay.
liked performing downtown Barrie on the stage outside. I liked that one. I've done it twice, and it's really fun, and it's outside, so it's a different experience, but there's like, it's free, anyone can walk by, and there's way more like, I could meet anybody. If I'm in public downtown state, I can meet anybody, you never know. I've walked into a few friends watching me before, just was playing, and there's just like one of my friends, and I'm just like, I kept playing, and she looked at me and was making faces, and I'm just like, please stop. But I did like playing downtown. It's very fun, but I like playing everywhere. At my cottage too, there was a few gigs I've done over there, and it's pretty fun.
Nice.
A lot of family members were coming to my first gig. That was very cute.
Yeah, because that was one of the questions I was going to ask too. Is how do your friends perceive you as young and playing these gigs in Toronto? That must be pretty cool. Are they jealous of you in any way, or
I really hope
maybe
none
you've
of
influenced them to
are.
pick up a guitar? You never know.
I really hope not. Please don't be jealous of me. I love all my friends. My boyfriend's very supportive with my music. He's always like, also a cheerleader, like my parents' pom-poms, like, go, girl, go, you're doing great. But he likes listening to my music. His sticker is right on his laptop. I see it every time I go into his room. My uncle and aunt, Dennis and Nancy, are also very, very supportive. They have been since I was a baby. They've come to like all my shows, and they're really cool people. I love them too. And my parents are like, of course, very supportive, as so is my sister.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to meet your folks, and it seems like you've got a pretty solid support team,
Oh, yeah.
very close to home here, which is Very needed. Yeah, awesome. Good for you. What other than music or do you do? What when you have extra time, you're hanging out with your friends. What interests you from outside of music?
Other than that, I play a lot of video games with one of my friends. Me and him
Okay.
always do that, and I like watching anime. I've always liked that. It's something I've done since I was little, and I love drawing. I've always had a sense for art, and drawing is something I always do on my like side time. With friends, I'll usually just like go around, walk in the mall, just kind of shop. I like thrift shopping. I think it's a bit of an addiction. It's not the worst addiction, but I like thrift shopping with my parents and friends and family.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
From an audience point of view, what an audience do you think they would expect from you? Do you get pre-perceived, do you think, when you perform? Or do you get surprised? People come up to you and go, "You're not quite what I thought I was going to hear," or anything like that?
Never gotten a comment like that before,
Okay.
but I do know a lot of people like suggesting music.
Okay.
I've gotten a lot of suggestions of like Beatles and stuff like
Comparisons,
that.
yeah.
I've been compared to like Avril Lavigne, and I love her. Oh my god, I love Avril Lavigne so much. She's awesome. Just like her style, the way I look. Some people say like, hey, that song kind of sounds like Green Day. That song kind of sounds like Nirvana. Like the way you're playing the chords. I've gotten that, but never exactly like that sounded exactly like a song, which is good. But I love Paramore. I saw her in concert. Oh, God bless. That was amazing concert. And I've seen like Weezer and stuff like that in concert too.
Yeah, I was going to ask you too. What were you raised on? What were your parents listening to? And did that have a bit of an influence on you as well?
My mom's very Queen. My dad's very AC/DC. The Queen poster's upstairs in the bedroom. Every time you wake up in the morning, it's the first thing you see. Just gotta love Queen. And also, I've always kind of listened to my own music. I get like Metallica and stuff like that from my dad, and like from my mom's side, she likes ABBA and like all the older stuff and like Faith and like all those kinds of songs. So I've listened to those too. I like ABBA though. My mom has influenced me to listen to ABBA. We got her records recently, and I've had Mamma Mia stuck in my head all day today.
I think ABBA's one of those things that everyone's got in their house somewhere, whether it's the Christmas album or it's like who doesn't know the lyrics to at least one ABBA song?
I don't know. I talked to someone before and they're like, who's ABBA? I looked at them into their soul and I got so mad at them. I was like, what do you mean you don't know who ABBA is? And they're like, I don't know, I just haven't listened. I'm like, go listen to ABBA.
Where do you think you are going to be in 10 years from now? Where do you see your career?
I've always wanted to do a Europe tour. I've always seen myself going on like big stage and maybe even opening for someone. I've always wanted to open for someone. Maybe Joan Jett one day. I'd love to open for her or even like record in studio with her. I love her very much. That's who I've really grown up with. I have her poster in my room. Oh, I love her. And then what else? What else would I would like to record more music, of course, release some new songs, and also graduate from Metalworks, and after that, just see where my career kind of like takes me. Never know.
You never know. Never know. Do you have like a pre-gig ritual that you do? You know, some people have, they got to touch this 6 times and drink 1 shot of orange juice and, really interesting things. Do you have any sort of pre-ritual that you do?
I didn't know people do that. That's
It's
funny.
almost like an OCD kind of a thing, but...
I always practice the day before.
Okay.
And I do not practice the day of. Only vocals, not guitar. That also came with dance. Everyone would practice the dance off stage, and I couldn't do that. I would mess up the dance every single time. So it's kind of similar to that. Like if my friends would practice, like, Brigitte, practice with me. I'm like, that's gonna jinx me. Please don't do that. So it's kind of like that with my guitar. If I played the night before, and then I'm just like the morning of, or like if it's that night, I'm just like, nope, I can't do it. It's gonna mess me up. But other than that, I'll always do vocal warm-ups. If you guys don't do vocal warm-ups, yeah, you're gonna lose your voice. I'm in the garden where you left me all alone. I am searching for that someone I can hold. I am left alone, but still I'm looking for a change in your heart, in your heart. But what I don't wanna know is who is answering the phone. But what I don't wanna see is the girl that's standing right in front of me. I'm spinning in circles and around my head. This love is an illusion that's keeping me dead. I am left alone, but still I'm looking for a change in my heart, in my heart. But what I don't wanna know is who is answering the phone. But what I don't wanna see is a girl that's standing right in front of me.
So here's a question I ask a lot of, especially very younger people that we've interviewed is, what advice could you give to someone who is your age or younger that's picking up a guitar and has dreams such as yours, which is to think big, or dream big rather?
Don't listen to what people say to you if it's negative. Just don't listen to it. There's always gonna be haters. And you just walk on by, and what my mom says all the time is wave your weird flag proudly, no matter what.
Did you find the support you got from your family and friends help give you that drive?
I think so. My mom does push me. She pushes me a lot, which is a good thing, because if she didn't, I probably would not be as good as I am now. And my dad likes to come down and listen to me play guitar, which is also nice. It doesn't get so boring and lonely in the basement. But my mom is very good at pushing, and my manager is also really good at pushing. She pushes me quite a lot, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's what a manager is for.
That's right. So how can we reach you? What's the best way?
You can reach me. You can 100% website, as I said, was brigitteeve.ca. You can visit my website, which will have all my information: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. I got all the music platforms. You can also visit my YouTube channel, and also my Instagram is also on that too, and Facebook and Twitter.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
It was so much fun.
Greatly appreciate it. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.